Hey team, Grant up here in North Dallas today. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this drone to come out for a very long time. We are with the DJI Avata 360. If you are at all familiar with the Avata series, this is the third one that they've come out with, but a very unique one, which we on the DroneDeploy team are very excited about. But this one's very unique because it blends the world of 360 capture and drone capture, which is a question we get asked all the time, is can I fly drones inside, or what does that look like? How do we do that? And this is, I think, the drone that really enables and unlocks us to do that. Now, we're gonna do a little bit of a capture with it in my initial impression, so let's take a look. All right, so the hardware itself, we opted for the RC2 bundle, I guess. There's a lot of different bundles that you can get with this thing. I prefer this RC2 controller, one, because you can see and it has a screen. You can obviously use this with FPV goggles if you're doing an inspection or want to do that. It also uses the motion controller if you're more into that, but I just like this RC2 controller. It's a great controller. It's very compact. But let's talk about this drone in this sense. So I was actually really surprised. I've used the Avata 1, the Avata 2, and now this one is a little bit bigger than the Avata 2, but it's smaller than the DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise. When I first took this out of the box and when I was surprised, it's very thin. And obviously it needs to be because this camera here, a system of how DJI put this together, is incredibly unique. I really like how they went and did this where they're providing basically the thinnest drone they can to really get the most 360 spherical video and image from the drone itself. Because what is really nice about this has honestly been the biggest challenge with 360 drones, is that when you land, you obviously need to protect these lenses. And so when it comes down, it will actually move from this 360 video state to a landing state, which is right here. I really like that because there is nothing more important than on these drones than protecting these lenses. And what's really nice is that it will change into a single lens mode if you just want to normally fly, but when you are ready to bring it into 360 mode, it will move that lens into that position. I really like that. And I like the fact that you can replace the lenses. We're out on a job site, we're here in a big warehouse. At some point in time, find dust and debris and scratches on the lens itself, and you can actually replace those, which I really like. So that is some initial first impressions of the hardware. Really encouraged by just the form factor, how it feels, how it looks. It feels like a DJI product, which I'm really excited about and think this has just been a really cool new kind of evolution in their Avata line, which again, we are really excited to get it out here and test and see what this can do as it relates to capture. So from a flying standpoint, again, we are using the RC2 controller. What I really like about this is it really gives the individual or the pilot just a really easy and clear view on how to see this. A size of this building would actually take a little bit of time. It would probably take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, kind of zigging and zagging, going down through. And so where this is really gonna come into play is these big open areas. This is really gonna be, I think, a really helpful way to capture jobs of this size in a really fast way. So when we fly this, it's probably only gonna take about a minute or 2 minutes to go and fly down, fly back, kind of go in a couple different patterns because we're obviously flying much faster than we can walk. So one of my favorite things when we actually use this drone in flight is the ability to change between the field of view on the controller itself. That just helps me get a little bit better idea of the surrounding things of what I'm looking at. The drone is already in 360 mode where the lenses are pointing up and down, and I can actually click on this field of view button here from 104 to 134 to all the way to 272. So again, when I'm looking around here, I can see basically all of my surroundings, and this is really nice. This drone has sensors on the front, so from a flyability standpoint and safety, it's already gonna have that kind of built-in protection. I can go into kind of just normal view here. I can widen that out a little bit to 134, which is what I typically fly with, or I can go all the way out to 272. So let's go ahead and take this video into the office. We're gonna show you what it looks like to upload it into DroneDeploy. All right, so we're back in the office and we want to take the content that we shot in the 360 videos from the Avata 360 into DroneDeploy and process them on the computer. This is where a little bit different from a normal upload from the ground app within DroneDeploy. You do have to process these videos on the Avata 360 within the DJI Studio tool to then bring into DroneDeploy as a flattened 360 video to then be produced into a walk. So I know we have a lot of folks that are asking questions of how do you actually do that, so that's what we're actually going to show in here. Before I do that, I want to kind of show you where we were. So we were in this building down here, which is that indoor kind of practice facility. We essentially just flew kind of a lawnmower pattern inside to do a walk in that space. So let's jump into this specific building on the interior side. So you can see here, we've done some walks and some individual panels, but this is where we're actually testing the Avata 360. So what I'm going to do here is actually go over to the DJI Studio. You can see these are the captures because we just turned this thing on and it is now plugged in and ready to go. So we actually did 2 captures in there just to make sure everything was good. Both of them were about a minute and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and select that video here. What's really cool about about this is, again, I can move this around. This is a 360 video, which is really cool. But what I want to do is I want to process this into a flattened video to then be able to bring into the DroneDeploy. I'm going to go ahead and hit create up here in the top right. Once I am in here, there's really nothing you have to do. You just need to bring it down to this timeline, and you can make any edits if you want to. I am after is this export tab right up here, and we are going to go to a panoramic video. That is the most important setting here, because again, this is a flattened 360 video that you are seeing here. So everything looks great on here. I'm going to bump up the resolution to 8K. That's another important setting here just to make sense. And everything else looks good. Panoramic video, you can change the file name if you really want to, and then obviously change where you have it saved to. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and export, and it's going to give me that processing timeline on that right hand side. Once it is done, I will show you how we bring that in. So on the upload of the Avata 360 here, you go to choose file, take that file that we went ahead and took out of the DJI Studio. Now it's going to show you this as a walk, and you do have to basically put a start and end point. So I'm going to go to that spot. I'm going to say my start point was here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start upload. And then you can see it's starting to upload up there in the top right. So once it is processed in here, you'll see it as a walk, and you'll see basically that same blue path of what you would see if you did it on the ground capture as well. So again, just to kind of high level go over what we did. We flew with the Avata manually. We went out and did a 360 video. That video needed to be brought into the DJI Studio app to flatten that video, 360 video out, then be brought into the DroneDeploy instance to see as a walk. And so you can see that here. The quality of this is actually pretty impressive. You can see that as you move around through this walk, you can see that it found the flight path and reconstructed it really well. I'm very impressed with this Avata 360. It's been a really great device and tool to be able to capture a 360 walk from a drone, again, in some large spaces, or if you're wanting to just have an elevated view of some area that more so than just a selfie stick that you're walking around with. I think this could be really, really helpful. And so I hope this was interesting. Again, if you have an Avata 360 and want to test some of this, I hope this video can kind of walk you through those steps to give you the ability to kind of see what this process looks like. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're using this and where you're seeing value out of flying a 360 camera more so than walking it around. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one, and safe flying.